What's up, everybody? It's your boy Dueling King, bringing you guys another Black Ops 4 gameplay. This time around I am using the VAPR-XKG assault rifle. This thing is an absolute beast. For my attachments, I am using reflex sight, a stock, fast mags, and then the bayonet operator mod. And for my gear, I'm using the stim pack, and then for perks I'm using scavenger and team link, and then obviously I'm using the operator mod wildcard. So I'm not really going to talk too much about this video as far as the gameplay goes. In particular, I'm going to talk a little bit more about something else, and this is kind of something that I wouldn't really say it's a huge issue, mainly just because you find it in every walk of life and anything you do, whether it be gaming, and then within that sub-genre, whether it be playing Call of Duty, playing Overwatch, Fortnite, PUBG, any popular video game. It's really something you can't avoid in any video game, and you can't avoid it in life. And that's what I'm referring to is toxic players in gaming. And I'm not saying that I ran into anyone in particular in gaming recently that was particularly toxic. Oftentimes I don't actually play on like TeamSpeak. I usually just have like a party chat, and I just talk with whoever I'm in the party with, whether that be like the Happy Dalek or Black Dog, my friends that are in party with me. And once in a while I'll go into team chat or TeamSpeak on like Overwatch, but that's just because that's such a team-based game that all of the characters and all of the heroes in that game, you kind of have to support each other or else you're going to lose, and there's really no other point to that game other than winning. I mean, I don't really pay attention to any of the stats like I do in COD. Like I do actually kind of care about my KD, so going positive for me is actually kind of important. But in Overwatch, it's mainly playing the objective and having a good time. But what I was going to kind of talk about is, and this isn't really like a solution video, this isn't really like a video of things you can do to avoid players like that, or how to stop this or things like that, because this is more or less just me talking a little bit about it and asking you guys, how do you feel about toxic players? I'm not talking about someone who once in a while gets mad because teammates don't play the objectives, or somebody who once in a while will playfully rib people. I'm talking about actual toxic players, like people who actively get really angry over mic, people who are just generally overall negative people. And even when the game is going well, I consider a toxic player as somebody who toots their own horn too often. I like to stay humble, mainly because I'm not that good at video games, or at least I'm not that good at multiplayer games. I have my moments where I'm decent enough at games like COD, and I'll have an outstanding match once in a while on like Overwatch, but for the most part, I made a joke yesterday about not being an MLG player, or not being part of like a clan or anything like that. And yeah, it's because I'm not real good. I'm not super good at this game. I'm decent enough. I have my moments, and I like to think I'm a pretty good player, and I have, like I said, some moments, and I do enjoy playing them. So I mean, at the end of the day, if you're not enjoying yourself and you're not having a good time playing it, like, why are you doing it? Especially if you're just raging and just getting really mad and just overall having a really shitty time with the game, like, why play it? You know what I mean? And so that was sort of where I had come to with it, is I was like, man, you know what, I haven't really ever talked about toxic people and toxicity in gaming. And so I decided, you know what, since I got a gameplay here, I just recorded a bunch of class setups that I want to test, and so I decided to just upload this video, talk a little bit about that, and not talk too much about the weapon. It's a beast, and went straight World War II style with that bayonet, so I really like that. It kind of failed early on, and it didn't really work like it was supposed to. Like, I ran up to a guy, and I think I'm just used to that commando lunge that you get from the World War II bayonet, but the lunge on this isn't worth anything. So no, that's really all I really wanted to talk about, is just kind of get your guys' opinion on that type of thing. I'm not saying that I think you should ever stop toxic people in gaming. It's not something, because that's, unfortunately, you're gonna find that in any walk of life. You're gonna find that in video games, you're going to find that in school, you're going to find that in your job. Hell, you may even find that in your own family. There could be toxic, behavior all around you, and there's not really any way to stop it, or there's no really way to contain it. I think the best thing you can possibly do is to just, and this is what's worked for me best, is just, you know what, I'm the type of person who doesn't like to really feed that sort of negativity, and so I just leave all of my talking in the game. I leave my actions to speak for myself, as opposed to feeding the negativity and trying to make things more negative for people around me. Because like with my YouTube channel, I would never ever want anybody to come to my channel and feel like I was ridiculing them as a person in either my gameplay or just in my opinion. I would never want anybody to come to my channel and feel like like they're part of the common group of people that I'm talking about. That's why even in this instance, being someone who may or may not, God, look at that. I have to stop real quick. Did you guys just see that? That was like 5 bayonet charges that I missed. Oh my God. Yep. Ladies and gents, I got some news for you actually. In the last 30 seconds on screen, if you are paying attention, don't put the bayonet on, because it doesn't have near the lunge that you had in World War II. Getting back to the point though, I'm not trying to like rag on, players in particular who are a little bit, toxic, but it is something that if you ever find yourself in a toxic situation, or you're being toxic, just stop and just remember, you were once new at this game before as well. Everyone's human. You make mistakes. I make mistakes. If you ever find yourself in a situation where someone else is being toxic with you, don't respond the way they are being. Don't feed that monster, and don't allow that to be something that you fall down to. Because you know what, man? It's happened to all of us where we've been in a toxic situation. Yeah, how do you like that one man gravity spike? Fuck yeah. Anyway, we've all been in that situation where we have fed the fire and like gotten back into it, and kind of responded in negative ways, and that's never a way you want to be. That's never the way you want to be. So you know what? The best thing you could possibly do is just turn the cheek, let your gameplay do the talking for you. Shut them up in the game. Don't do it with more negative words. And yeah, you know what? Just keep on playing, having a good time. And like I said, if you ever find yourself about to be toxic, like I'm pretty toxic when I play war, only because I don't understand why people are trying to get kills and feeds and stuff, because it's like it doesn't matter towards your KD, so you're just trying to get like feeds. But and again, I'm not faulting anybody as I post gameplay playing against bots, so I can't hold anything against anyone too badly. But that's pretty much it. That'll do it. If you guys enjoyed the video, please drop a like down below, and if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe for more. And like I said before, comment down below how you guys feel about toxicity in gaming, how you feel about that overall situation, and let me know what you guys potentially do to kind of respond to that kind of behavior. But this is Dueling King signing out. Thank you guys so much, and peace out.
Kill. Mission objectives green across the board.